Interesting stories. Interesting people. Welcome to the Humble Badger Podcast.
Thank you for listening to this podcast today. Remember to like and follow us at The Humble Badger on Twitter and Facebook, or at The Humble Badger Podcast on Instagram. And I hope everybody is well. We have with us today our co-host.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your homeboy, The Identity Crisis. I'm a singer-songwriter. It's been a long day.
Sure?
I'm a singer-songwriter, rapper, producer, filmmaker. You can find me on Instagram at The Identity Crisis.
And this episode is brought to you by Good Foundations Music. You can find out more at goodfoundationsmusic.com. We always start off with random facts, so let's just go right out there and give a random fact. The Toronto Sun is Toronto's only tabloid newspaper that's a major newspaper. Now, we all have memories of the Toronto Sun. Some are different than others. Mine certainly, the reason I liked reading the Sun when I was younger was because I'd take a lot of public transit. And because it was a tabloid, it was very easy to read. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, that's what tabloid means. It's in that format like it's a book. Otherwise, it's known as a broadsheet, which is like the Toronto Star. Yeah? The more you know. What are your experiences with the Toronto Sun, Paul?
Page 3.
Page 3.
Sometimes page 47 as well.
Well, you know, if you're talking about the Sunshine Boy, it was never always on page 47.
Oh, no. What I'm saying is page 47 also they would have duo, like towards the last few years, I guess, they would have Sunshine Girl picture 1,
right,
and Sunshine Girl picture 2 at the end. They would bookend the
Oh, cool. Well, I thought you were talking about the Sunshine Boy, because I found it weird because the Sunshine Girl was always on page 3, and the Sunshine Boy you could never find. It depended, like it was random. So, like, women always had to go hunting. I don't know. Maybe that's what they liked about it. It was.
I'm not sure women were the market for that, to be honest.
I'm not really sure either. I'm not really sure. But somebody who does know a little bit about being a Sunshine Girl and many other things is our guest today, who will be introducing herself.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm Heidi Richards. I'm a singer-songwriter. I started playing guitar. I've been kind of in the industry for a long time, sort of in and out. I've also been a Sunshine Girl, as Pablo has mentioned, back in the day. And I've done numerous things, from acting to modeling to being a hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, all kinds of stuff, fitness professional. I just kind of do things. I love doing things.
Did you say that you were a hypnotherapist?
Yes, I'm a certified hypnotherapist.
Okay, please don't use any like words like chicken or like random words here. You know,
snap you out of it.
Like badger.
Yes. Like badger. Start repeating tomato over and over again for no reason. So, but hypnotherapist, that's definitely interesting. How did you get into that? What does that entail?
Well, being a hypnotherapist is it's just the ability to be able to hypnotize someone or bring them back into a state so you can manipulate whatever they want to change within their own self using techniques. So
okay. So you're basically like alcohol, but like in human form.
Yes, but a bit more expensive.
a bit more expensive. I don't know. It depends on the alcohol, I guess. That's
Blue Label's pretty expensive.
Yeah, Blue Label is pretty expensive.
Maybe not that expensive.
Yeah. I'm saving up my air miles because apparently you can use them at the LCBO, and when I get enough to buy Blue Label,
you're having me over.
Yeah, exactly. No, but right now I have enough air miles to, take the bus. Not that great. But so how did you decide that you wanted to be a hypnotherapist?
A lot of that came out of like my own therapies that I've been through, because I've been through a lot of different like ups and downs in my life. Some of them have been pretty tragic. And it was basically just because I've gone through situations, like I said, where, I don't know, I could have been hospitalized at one point, but I wasn't. And just kind of going through what I could do. So I went through any type of experimental therapies. I went through talk therapies, drug therapies, all kinds of things. But I came out on the other side, which was nice, because I do know people that were kind of stuck in the moment and they lived in that moment forever. And then that becomes their norm. So once I kind of came out the other side, I wanted to learn all the modalities that I'd gone through that worked for me. And then I just started helping other people as well.
Right.
Nice.
Using those.
For using a word like modalities. That was very nice.
That was the badger.
Yeah, she was classing up the podcast there with modalities. I like it. I'm going to start using that word tomorrow randomly.
Listen, Blue Label is pretty fancy too.
That's right. When I go to the LCBO, I'm like, I'd like some modalities that include Johnny Walker, Blue Label. So you also competed at Fame Central. What is that?
That was a natural bodybuilding competition. So I've done that as well. And I used to compete. So it was a matter of looking like a bodybuilder, but I did the figure component, which meant that your face was judged in addition to your body. So it wasn't just, you couldn't
Wow.
Yeah. Well, a bodybuilder, your face doesn't matter.
Nice.
Figure, your face matters.
I see.
Wow.
I don't know. Do they still have these around today?
They do not. They don't have Fame. Fame is actually defunct. But they do have the IDFA, which is also a natural, like a natural association. I also did some competitions with them as well.
Mm-hmm. But in this current climate, do you think it's still with regards to objectification of men and women? Do you think that this is a competition, like one that focuses on your face as well, as still valid in today's environment?
You know what? I actually do think it's still valid. Like it's kind of got its place. Because with figure, it's about being proportioned. Like they're looking at everything. So it's not just, your face counts, but people do a lot of things. Because being like I'm a brown person, I know you can't see me. But I find in competitions, everyone kind of dyes their skin to look like me. And then I dye my skin to look darker.
Wow.
Well, because
it's part of the aesthetic. I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, about how you end up looking like a cooked chicken.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, wow, that's what they're going for, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. But your muscles, you can see more definition that way.
But because they judge your face, that is the only reason I don't enter those competitions. That is the only reason. I just want to be clear.
Well, I don't know. You're quite the
That's right.
strikingly handsome.
Very handsome. Very handsome.
So you hypnotherapist and bodybuilder, former Sunshine Girl, all those things. Somehow you still found time to learn and play and do well with music. And tell me about that. You got your first gig coming up, and you've been recording some music. How's that going for you?
It's actually been a whirlwind because I only started really playing guitar about a year ago. I've had a guitar for about 2 years, but last November I decided I was going to start playing daily, and I did. And then from out of that, I just started writing music, which is interesting. But I find the songs come to me very quickly and easily. So I hear the song in my head, and then I have to figure out how to play it, and then I keep stumbling through it until I know how to play it. But the songs, it's kind of strange, but I hear the song in its entirety first, and then I figure out how to play it after.
For those of you who haven't had the pleasure of listening to her live, I can tell you that she picks it up very quickly.
Thank you. That's the badger.
That's the badger talking. Again, you can't see this on like a radio format, but there's a badger puppet that she is now manipulating to talk and saying thank you.
Through hypnotherapy.
Yeah, through hypnotherapy. Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly how she's doing it. What is your favorite instrument to play when you play your music?
Well, I play guitar, and so I play acoustic electric. So I just bought an electric guitar, but I love my acoustic. Like I love my acoustic guitar. I try to play it every day. If it could talk to me, it would talk to me.
Right on.
But it doesn't. But I guess my second would be vocal, like my voice. But I don't consider that an instrument, but I really should.
Oh, totally is.
Yeah,
totally is.
I should.
It is an instrument, and again, for those of you who haven't heard her sing, it's a very unique style in this day and age. It's something we spoke about before regarding the deepness of the voice that you use, which, as we discussed, a lot of women tend not to use. And as I told you, I love it because I think it harkens back to the days when it was classical and it was jazzy and all that stuff. Tell us, how did you become comfortable using your voice, using that instrument in that way where a lot of women do not get comfortable like that?
I think I was kind of forced to be honest with you, because I started singing with jazz in a jazz group when I was in high school, and we were competitive. I was soprano initially because I have the soprano, kind of the higher soprano range, but then I also have the baritone range, so I can sing everything in between. I actually got moved from soprano to alto because of my ability to harmonize and hold the harmonies, where a lot of people, they can't. Like, they can either only hear the lead, and then if you sing something else, it throws them right off.
Right.
So then I'd fill in for alto. Sometimes I'd fill in for baritone. And that's how that kind of came about. But I love the deepness. I love the richness. I just love it. And I think it's more the shock value too, because when I go really, really deep, people are like, "Where's the dude?" And I'm like, "Maybe I was one." And I love it.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. It's hard to sing in that key for a lot of women, and they tend to make themselves sound higher, but it doesn't sound good when they do that sometimes. I mean, what do you think?
Well, I mean, Mariah Carey's got that range.
Oh.
She can hit like almost bass notes.
Oh,
like
yeah,
she can almost
phenomenal.
sound like me. But she's got the whistle
Yeah.
range too, right? So if you've got that wide range, why not exploit it? Why not use it?
That's
right?
right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So, yeah.
So when you're not singing nicely or playing your acoustic guitar or bodybuilding or hypnotizing people, what do you like to do for fun? What is your guilty pleasure? What are your hobbies?
For fun, I love in the wintertime, I love skating. Skating is like a go-to passion for me. The freeness of it, I just love it. And then in the summer, I do like to cycle.
Mhm.
And again, it's that whole kind of, I don't know, I use it almost like I process when I'm doing those things. And I used to look at it as running away from my problems, but then in reality, I'm actually running to my problems because they usually bring me to solutions from doing those things. Other than that, I do love wine. I love boxed red wine.
Whoa.
In case anyone's listening, boxed red wine.
Remember, she's a hypnotist. You have to now go out and buy her boxed red wine. It was. Okay. Of course, I heard bread wine. So she's getting wine made
bread
from
wine.
bread, which isn't as good, I am told.
It's kind of dry.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, I think it's time for rapid fire. What do you think?
I agree.
Okay, let's
Do you know how
do
this
it.
works?
Yeah, Pablo was telling me a little bit about it before.
Yeah, so basically, we're going to fire questions at you. You're going to say the first thing that pops into your head. Hopefully, it's not too offensive or outrageous.
Okay.
You're welcome to pass, but try and say the things that come into your head as quick as you can.
Sure.
Go ahead.
If we could get you any type of food right now, what would it be?
A burger, because I'm vegan.
Oh,
Nice.
So hold on. Are you saying an actual hamburger?
I would love a hamburger. I couldn't actually eat it, but I would love one.
Now, hamburger or
Oh.
cheeseburger?
You know, I do love cheese too, because I had to give that up.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger would be my
Oh.
go-to.
Yeah, see, to me,
Interesting.
a hamburger doesn't exist. You can't have a burger without cheese. That's my
Yeah.
opinion. But
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're lactose intolerant or something. But like, if you can have cheese, you should have cheese. It's a burger with cheese. That's the way I feel, anyway.
Yeah.
And believe me, I know something about food. If a movie was made of your life, who would play you?
Halle Berry.
Halle
yeah.
Berry?
Yeah, the young Halle Berry.
The young Halle
Yeah.
Berry? So if you have a time machine, let us know, and we will go back and get the young Halle Berry to play Heidi. I think she'd have to get into a lot better shape.
I'll get her.
No offense to Halle.
I'll get her. Do you know how to salsa dance?
I actually do. I do.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm a dancer from previous. That was what I went to school for.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
Probably in the Caribbean somewhere. Yeah, I would just love, because honestly, I'd love to live on a beach and just play my guitar and just soak up that sunshine. That's my go-to.
That sounds like that's a
Yeah.
very nice life, to be honest. I'm not going to dispute that. Have a little pina colada on the side. Nothing wrong with that. Or some bread wine. If you have it available.
Bread.
I'm gonna patent that.
Yes. It's a lesser known song. It's sponsored by Wonder Bread. Do they still have Wonder Bread?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think they do. I don't know. I haven't gone to a grocery store in some time.
They probably do.
Yeah.
I stay away from the bread aisle. It's got party hats in there. It's like calling my name,
Oh yeah.
and I'm, I don't eat bread. So
Oh no.
So we are now at the trivia portion. Again, it's not about what you know. It's about what we can all learn together. Are you ready, Heidi?
I am.
Your topic, since you were a former Sunshine Girl, is the Toronto Sun.
Oh God.
In what year was the Toronto Sun first published?
I didn't say 1971.
Wow.
Seriously?
Wow.
Excellent. I can't believe you got that.
you do that?
Oh,
Okay.
Badger.
I think you should be playing the lotto this weekend.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, there's no way that she was like the first Sunshine Girl that she would know that. I mean, that's incredible. Well done. Okay, the Toronto Sun is owned by which media conglomerate?
I'm not 100% certain, but I want to say the Toronto Sun Media.
No, it's Post Media. It's the same place that owns National Post and so on. And the Toronto Sun, as we mentioned before, is a tabloid newspaper. Can you name me another tabloid that exists from any city in the world?
Oh, the Sun in England.
There you go.
Ah.
She is correct. Well, Heidi, it was a pleasure to have you on the show. A woman of many talents, and you can follow her on social media. She's getting a lot of that set up, so stay tuned for more details as to how you can follow her. I thank you very much for coming out onto the show.
Oh, thank you.
Can you please release me from my hypnosis to buy you bread wine?
Okay, count of 3. I'm going to snap.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Uh-huh. Okay, we all heard that. So I'm not buying bread wine anymore. I'd also like to thank my spectacular and special co-host, Paul Castro, a.k.a. The Identity Crisis.
Spectacular and special.
And special.
Wow.
It's been a pleasure, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
We got to have you on back as a guest, okay?
I am down.
I'd like to find out about your hypnosis career as well.
Oh, I'm very hypnotizing.
That's right. Yes.
Very.
And we'd like to thank our promotional partners at Good Foundations Music. If your organization is interested in sponsorship or promotional partnerships, please contact us. For any inquiries from anyone, please visit thehumblebadger.com for contact information or send us a message through social media. I want to thank you for tuning in. We're signing off from the set here at Trax Ahead Recording Studio. My name is Pablo Dawson. Wherever you are and whatever you do, remember to follow your passion.
Thank you for tuning in to the Humble Badger podcast. For more information, please visit thehumblebadger.com. The Humble Badger podcast is produced by the Pablo Dawson Company. Context matters. See you next time.